This is a review of a game that I play called Contractors VR, and I have to say, without a doubt, it is like the most biggest disappointment I've ever played. I'll have footage going on screen. I used to love Contractors. That's fine. I bought it when the Zombie DLC came out, and I did not like it. It was bad. The game sucked. Onward and Pavlov were way better, so I stopped playing. But then I heard mods came out, and I returned to mods. The game was instantly amazing. It was like playing Gary's mod. And in fact, you could play Gary's mod in the game, on the maps at least. Call of Duty Zombies, Halo, Titanfall, Battlefield 1, all sorts of games have been modded onto Contractors. And the game still sucks. I'll start with Standard mode. Standard is awful. There is nothing good about the base game, and it's not fun in the slightest. Second, it's lazy. You'll know some of the guns are horribly made, especially the World War II ones. Why did they make these decisions? Um, but really, it's just the mods that make the game good. That they like that's the reason the game's still being played. No one liked the original, but I can now play Kino der Toten with 16 people, and that's fun. I'm going to do that in VR as well. So that's what's the only thing good about the game, and I'm horribly mad and all the time because now the game stopped working. You see, for me specifically, for the last year, the game would crash over and over. Over the summer of 2023, I got 0 games. The game would crash every server for me. I could not play a thing. And they would not help me. They ignored every request and they did not care to help me in the slightest. I had to go to their Discord and harass their creator, one of the moderators, to get help, and his solution didn't work. So that's awesome. I love that. But it doesn't work for anybody because they were. Now this is to my knowledge, this isn't 100%. But the most suspected reason that the servers started shutting down all the time was for the new game, Contractor Showdown, which is a battle royale game you got to pay full price for. And no one's going to do that because one, no one actually likes no one likes battle royale games, and no one's paying for them because there's a free one that comes. You just download the, the Facebook one if you're playing a quest. So they abandoned a game full of mods and full of potential and stopped updating the mod kit for a battle royale game. And the devs don't respond. The moderator has since gone on Do Not Disturb and has not responded to my messages or anyone's. I have tried to get help from him, and he's ignored me. He's ignored everybody. He also has a fake playing Contractor Showdown thing up, so it looks like he's playing the game all the time, but he's not. This was pointed out by the guy who made the Endless War mod. That's really funny. But yeah, they straight up ban you from the Discord, or at least temporarily do, if you talk about it or if you ask. So I haven't said anything in the server itself, but I know a couple people that have been in trouble, and I've got footage of that. And I'll ask if I could use it, of course. Otherwise, I won't put it on screen. But yeah, so far I'm super upset, and so is everybody I've actually met that knows about it. And if they don't, and we tell them, then they get mad too. Why would you throw away a perfectly good VR game full of mods? That's the mod support. The Gary's Mod of VR, I called it for a bit, for a battle royale shooter. Well, the answer is greed. They are so greedy, they want to shut down their great game to make you buy their really bad battle royale game. And the best I've heard about that game is it's just all right. Like that's all I've heard really. It's either meh or not good at all because it's just base contractors. Wow, that's awesome. It's so much fun. I do not recommend you purchase contractors at all, even if the mods sound really cool. Don't don't bother. It's so hard to keep it working. You crash at 90% of your servers still today, and my microphone just stopped working. Like I've That's why I'm so mad. I'm making the review now. I'm tired of the game's constant problems and the lack of support they give. And I paid for this. I paid money. I paid like $40 for it. And even though it's been over a year, I want a refund. Just because how bad, like if the game's insulting you, Hey, you want to come play VR Halo? Too bad. You want to play Call of Duty? Too bad. Like, Team Fortress? Too bad. You just cannot play if the game decides you don't get to play. And this happened for literally months for me specifically. And that's why most people are incredibly mad and angry because the devs, I don't know the name of the studio. I'm not. I'll put it on the screen again. Do not care. They don't respond. They don't like you. They're greedy and just want your money. If you want to buy a VR shooter, I highly recommend Onward. That game was a very small team, and yes, it's had problems in the past, but Onward's fun because they just added a new mode and it's not horrible. It's a good game. It has flaws, but 9 out of 10 versus the 0 out of 10 I give Contractors simply because of how I've been playing for so long and yet I get no support. I seriously don't understand. I have footage of recorded games, but now I can't. Like it doesn't. If you try to record, your headset like nearly dies instantly, like the constant crashing that you get. And that just started, so I don't know if they like made it hard to record on purpose because I was able to, and now I'm not able to, and that makes no sense. But yeah, the game's maps, guns, are both horrible, and the NPCs are so unbearably stupid that they don't do anything. Like they are incapable, and half the time they shoot you and nothing happens. They don't do damage, so that's awesome. Um, the only reason the game has a fan base is because mods, and the devs constantly mistreat this fan base. And the reason no one says anything on this, like no YouTube videos are out explaining why this game is bad, is because the big YouTubers have contracts, of course, and they're not allowed to say anything. So me, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make videos saying something simply because I'm upset. Over a year of no support, no good updates, actually no updates at all, really. Constantly shutting down the servers for a game that no one else wants to actually play, and you couldn't pay me to play Showdown. There is no reason why I would play. It's just a really bad battle royale game, and as somebody who doesn't like those, no point. Plus, if you want battle royale, there's Ghost of War and that Facebook game. I don't remember the name of that one. And both games are probably a lot better. Uh, I can't say for sure as I haven't played it, but then again, I'm not going to. I've seen how they treat their most popular game they sold. It's one of the highest selling games in VR, like at all. I think Pavlov beats it, but that's just Pavlov's the first shooter. But it seriously, this game has a massive player base, and yet no one, like, they don't support it. And if they had said they needed money, I would have been fine with them putting out some kind of DLC that I would gladly pay for to help them keep the game running if they took care of it. But they don't. They abandon the game, don't take care of it, and then try to shut it. Like they've abandoned it at this point. There's not any support coming for a new game. I actually have a here. I don't need these. Go here to Discord. Yeah, okay, here the guy is. Here he is right here. And it says message the other day, and he has just been on Do Not Disturb for a while. And this is not real. He's not playing. He's not playing it. But he's touting the open beta like it's the biggest thing ever. And honestly, I would pay the open beta just to see how bad it was, because that'd be really funny if I just made it a video on because I'm not being paid by these people, and I will never be paid by anybody actually, but especially by these guys because they just don't do their job. I don't get it. How do you strike gold and then just like throw it away? That's what they really did. They made the perfect formula. Hey, make a game that's really just a template to be made into other mods for people to play. That's awesome. Don't update the mod framework. The mod framework is from 2020, and the newest guide is from 2022. That's 2 years ago. And guess what? It doesn't work. You have to figure it out yourself. You don't get any help. This is not easy. I've tried over 10 times to get the mod framework to work. Because I wanted to help make my COD Zombies map for this game, and we could not get. No one could get it to run because they don't help you and they don't care. Like it's literally out of date. So they don't support the mods at all. Yet that's all anybody plays. Like no one plays base game. It's maybe Ninja a little bit because that's a little funny, but it wears off pretty quickly. And yeah, in general, the only reason it's played is because Onward is the only real competitor. Since Pavlov is now a $30 game, no one's gonna buy that. Honestly, like Pavlov's just not good enough to really be purchased. It's honestly a worse Contractors, but the devs do actually update it, which is a plus. Um, but it was free, so now I don't care. Onward doesn't have the team to make mods. They have mod maps, but that's it. There's no mod weapons and there's no mod game modes. They did make up for this by releasing a new game mode, Mercenary. It's a lot of fun, but you know they're not gonna add mods because they can't. They just can't. I'd love it if they did, and I'll probably reach out and ask if they could. They'll probably never respond, but it doesn't matter. Point is, Contractors had a massive amount of potential and failed to deliver on any promises or any real product. That's really it. I don't need to stretch this video out any longer. This is just a really angry rant because how mad I am. Because, like, you can't be this stupid, right? You can't be this dumb. I can say those words, I think. I need to. I don't even see how you could. Like, I'm just reiterating the same point because I'm dumbfounded by these games developers. Ghost your community, ruin your game, unveil a new game that nobody wanted throughout the entirety of its development. We made it clear we don't care, and they went ahead anyways. Why do you do that? Why? It's not even funny. I laugh because I'm upset. And, yeah, I mean, I didn't write a script for this, you can tell. I just kind of started talking. But seriously, uh, if they actually see this video, fix your game now. I'm, I'm gonna keep bothering you. Like, I'm gonna find you on every app, and I'm gonna make count after account until you fix this game. I don't think I can say I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna keep writing like letters, I swear, because there's nothing else I can do. I'd love to make my own game, but coding is not a language I understand in the slightest. I just cannot do it. Like Spanish, I couldn't learn that either. But I do understand what I want as a customer, and Contractors has failed to deliver entirely. So that's the most important part here. Like and subscribe for more absolute bangers like this. There's only so much more in the future. By so much, I mean like a lot. I had a lot planned. Like games I do actually like, not Contractors.